Hey guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. I wanted to come and share a little bit about my personal life of what happened to my marriage. I know not a lot of you know what happened. There is like a little bit that I did talk about, on my other videos, not too much, but I never went into specific detail, but I only talked about it a little bit. But I figured I would do an in-depth video of what happened to my marriage and where is my husband right now. So if you guys see me looking down, it's because I am going to be looking at this paper of some notes that I wrote for myself that I wanted to discuss with you guys about. Okay, so me and my husband were married in July 8th of 2000, and I actually got a picture for you guys that I am going to show you here in a second. So we got married in a church in Chehalis. Now this is the church that we were going to at that time. We considered this our home church. That's where we wanted to get married. Now we knew the pastor and his family very well, so we wanted for that pastor to marry us. Now we didn't have a big extravagant wedding. We just wanted a small wedding just with us and our family, and that is it. So I am actually going to show you guys my wedding photo. Now this was the day that we got married. I mean, I look back on this photo and I'm like, oh my gosh, we were so young. This was, now remember, this was in the year 2000 and now we're in 2020. So I'm going to show you guys. See this? Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is, that was the happiest day of my life. I was so happy that I was gonna marry this man. You know, he was my life, and nothing brought me more joy than, to say I do. But now I am gonna show you guys my marriage certificate, which I do still have. But here it is. Let's see. That's his signature, my signature. That's the pastor that married us. And let's see, where is it? We got married at 3 p.m. Let's see, where does it say? Oh yeah, right there. See, the 8th of July. And my best friend Christina was a witness, and his dad was a witness that signed this marriage certificate. So yeah, this is something that will never get destroyed. It's something that I will always keep, because even though we're not together, I will always love him no matter what. So now, I don't have any hate feelings towards him at all. We don't hate each other at all. We actually get along pretty well right now. Actually, honestly, I think we get along now better than what we did when we were married. But now that I look back on it, I wish that I can turn time, and I wish I could go back and do things different, because I know what I would do different. And I can honestly say communication was a big one. We didn't have communication, and that was our biggest downfall. Typically, when we had a problem, what we would normally do is we never really sat down and talked about it. It's kind of like we just, oh, okay, and we just pushed it off and never really dealt with it. We never sat down and say, hey, honey, let's talk about this. What is bugging you? We never really resolved the issue. So that way, we wouldn't have that issue come back at us. So, but instead we just kind of shrugged it off, kind of like, say, okay, it's no big deal. But over the years, as time went by, we did that over and over and over. So when problems arose, big major problems, we never dealt with them. We just moved on. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go in order here, like how I have it on this list. So now we were married, like I said, in the year 2000 on July 8th. Now, before we got married, we were together for 2 years before then. And that's how long we were dating before. Actually, I'll tell you how we met. He was working at an espresso stand that his grandpa had this little espresso stand business going on. It was in Chehalis, and his espresso stand was by the McDonald's in Chehalis in their parking lot there. I remember I would always go to his espresso stand. Now, mind you, you know, actually, let me back up just a little bit, okay? The very, very first time I met him was actually in a bar. It was called Buchanan's. It was in Centralia. It was a popular kind of bar that everybody went to back then. That is the very first time I saw him. And I remember looking at him like he was so attractive. And he's still attractive. I can honestly say that. But I remember looking at him, and I just remember locking eyes with him, and he was locking eyes with me, and we danced, and yeah, it was great. But in my mind at that time, I was not pursuing a relationship with him at all whatsoever. It was a bar. I thought, hey, I danced with this cute guy. That's all I thought. It didn't go beyond that. Now, going back to the espresso stand. Now, when I went to the espresso stand for that one time, I ran into him. Now, when I went to this espresso stand and I saw him there and he was working there, I was shocked because I remembered who he was from that night at the bar. And I remember he made me these blended drinks that I always loved, and it's called raspberry chillers. And every time I went there, he made them for me. And I went there and saw him constantly, but it was more like a friend. It was kind of cool because hey, I got to know him, and here, I was just thinking he was just a friend. But the more we the more we hung around and the more we got to know each other, then that's when we really started dating. But yeah, we have so many memories in the 21 years we were together. There's so many memories that I mean, there's a lot that are bad, and there are a lot that are good too as well. So, but I'm going to talk about what happened in this marriage. Now, let's see. Now, I'm going to start from the beginning of what happened. Now, when me and my husband first met, we were young. We didn't know a lot about marriage. We didn't have experience in marriage at all whatsoever. I mean, it was our first time. It was his first time being married, and it's my first time being married. And so we really didn't know how to deal with problems. And honestly, now that I look back, I wish we would have gone into marriage counseling, because I think that would have helped us out a lot before we got married. But I can't go back and change things. The years that we were together, it was amazing to be married to him. It was great. But like I said, we had our problems. Now, in the beginning, there was, well, throughout our whole marriage, there was just a lot of arguing that happened between the both of us. And it got to the point where things were being thrown, things were being broken. Things got scary. And I not only was thinking about me, but I was thinking about our kids at the same time. I was thinking about how they were seeing this stuff happen, and I knew it wasn't good for them. And even till this day, they still remember it. They remembered what happened. They remembered the stuff being thrown. They remembered every single argument, every single name that we called each other. I mean, when we got into arguments, we got into some nasty arguments, and they were not pretty, and our kids were the witness of that. So that was one of the issues. Like I said, besides the communication. Now, besides the communication, we never talked about these problems. So that was our downfall. Um, the other one was unfaithfulness. You know, not only did that hurt both of us, but in the long run, when you deal with unfaithfulness, this is what happens in a marriage. Is a marriage ends up getting split up because of unfaithfulness, and because there was a lot of lying in the marriage, and there was a lot of dishonesty, just a lot of hurtful stuff that happened. And I can go back and think about some stories that happened, and and I could just go back and just it would make me cry, just because of everything that we went through. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know what's going to happen between me and him right now. As far as I know, we're not together. We haven't been together for a while, which will lead me into this. We'll continue into the part. Now, me and my husband separated 3 years ago. That was right before I took off to Arizona. So when we first separated, I just up and left. I wish I would have never have left them behind like that. But what was supposed to happen is we were both supposed to go to Arizona. We were just to get a new fresh start. I went up ahead to get a place for us, to get things ready, and then he was supposed to follow a couple of months later. Now, not knowing that he was never coming, which I found out later on that he was actually never planning on coming from the beginning, I would have never have left if I would have known that. I would have stayed to try to make things work, but if it would have made any difference if I would have stayed, he said he would have left anyway. So we weren't happy anymore. We weren't happy together anymore. We just were very apart. We didn't make each other happy anymore. And we knew for the sake of the kids, it was just best that we went our own separate ways. Now, we didn't leave in a bad term. We actually left in a really good term. But like I said, when I took off to Arizona for 3 years, that was my whole agenda. I thought that I was supposed to go there, get a place for us. It was going to be a new beginning where we can just get away from all this crap and just start new again and work on our marriage. And start getting help for some of the issues that we were both having. But since that didn't happen, I had to adjust first of all, how to be a single parent for the first time in my life, trying to raise 4 kids. I don't count my 5th one because she was old enough. She's 20. She was 18 at that time, so she's well old enough to take care of herself then. So I didn't. That's why I don't count her. But my other four, I have to raise. I had to learn how to be a single mother, because before then, we were doing it together as a team. We were doing it together. I was working, he was working, he came home and he took care of the kids. Now, guys, I gotta say, overall, he is an amazing father, and he always will be. And he truly loves his children, and I just can't say enough of how great of a father he is. It's just for us, we didn't do well in our marriage, which it's not okay in the long run, because I let a lot of things get in the way of it, which I should have known better. That's why I said I wish I could turn back time and just redo the whole thing. I would so go back in a heartbeat. But that can't happen. So I just got to look for the future now, for me and my kids. Whether if he will be in the picture later, I do not know. I don't know what will happen. I don't know. You just never know. So when I moved to Arizona, and now I will continue with that part, is which I thought didn't happen. So my whole agenda had to be turned around. So now it was all about, it wasn't about now, we're going to do a fresh start. Now it was about, okay, I got to get a house. I got to get something that I can afford. Because if any of you guys know, there's a lot of single view. There is a lot of single mothers out there, and you guys all know how tough it is to be a single mother and raise 4 or more children, even just let alone 1 or 2. It's hard to be a single parent. And here I have 5 children, so it was really tough. So I it wasn't about just providing for myself. It was, I had 5 other human beings that I had to care for. So I had to find something affordable, that I could afford. I had to get a job. I was in a new location where I didn't know anybody, didn't know my way around, got lost constantly. But the first year, I think I can honestly say it was the toughest year of my life. It was the first year we were not together. It was the first year we didn't celebrate our anniversary. And it was really sad. Every single time July came around, I was really saddened, because I knew that was the day we got married. So, so the first year was tough emotionally. It wasn't so much physically, it was emotionally. I was really wanting my husband back. I wanted to work things out. I didn't want to get a divorce. I just didn't want it. I was not a person who believed in a divorce. I am a person who, hey, if I'm going to marry you, I'm going to be with you until you die. That is the way it's supposed to be. I married this man because I wanted to die with him. I wanted to reach our 80th anniversary. I mean, I don't know if we would have made it that far or lived that long, but I wanted to at least, hey, we made it to our 50th anniversary. Hey, we made it to our 60th anniversary. That's what I wanted. I wanted to grow old with him. I wanted to sit on the front porch with him and look at him and still say, hey, baby, we made it this far together. That's what I wanted. But emotionally, it wasn't tough for just me. The kids really, really had a hard time. The kids every night cried. I would comfort them the first year because they were really, really upset. They went to bed crying every night just because they were wondering what happened to Dad. And they didn't understand, and, the older ones understand now, but it's the younger ones like Isabel and Aiden. Aiden has some grip of Okay, he knows that me and Dad are not together anymore, but he doesn't understand. Hey guys, why can't you kiss and make up? That's what he said one time. He goes, can't you guys just kiss and make up and be back together? I want my family back again. So that's the one thing that he is not understanding, is that it's not going to happen. Isabel doesn't understand just because she's really, really young. So that was the issue that they were having the first year, is when they were really upset. Me comforting them to and letting them know, hey, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it through this. I know your dad is not here, but we both still love you so much. And so that is one thing that me and him told our kids, that just because, me and mom are not together, that does not mean that we don't love you any less. We both love you so much. And that is the one thing that, we really do. Just because we're not together, I mean, we both love them so much. And so, I mean, we don't want to make them feel any less that they don't. So after the first year of all that emotional things that we were going through, the second year was still somewhat the same, but it got a little bit easier. Not so much of the crying anymore with the kids, and not so much crying with me or angry, because I went through so many phases. I went through hurting. I was angry. I was angry, why didn't my marriage work? Why did this have to happen? Why didn't I catch that from the beginning? Why did we do the things that we did? I was angry at everything. I was angry at the world. And I had so much anger, so much bitterness in me, and so much hurt. So that was the emotional state I was in for the first year. Was really bad. Then, like I said, the second year it eased up a little bit, but I was still going through it, still having hope that my marriage was going to make it. And hoping, and praying that God would answer. But you know, but sometimes things don't work out the way that we hope they're going to work out. We just have to learn how to deal with the situations that come our way. Now, when I got into my third year, okay, now it's been 3 years. How do I feel now? And I will tell you guys how I feel right now. I am not sad about it. I'm way past the emotional part. Yes, I can say that I still love him, and I don't know what the future holds, but either way about it, I am okay with it now. So I'm not hurt anymore. I'm not crying over it anymore. My kids are not crying over it anymore. They're done. They've been through that phase already. So it doesn't bug us anymore. Even in the beginning, I couldn't even hold on. Even in the beginning, I couldn't even pull out this picture and look at this stuff. I couldn't even look at the marriage. I mean, I got 2 notebooks in my closet here, 2 big binders. Each one is this thick, of love notes that he's written me over the 21 years that we were together, and I still have them. So, and things like that mean a lot to me. It just, like I said, there's so many special memories, and so many good memories too that I love, and that I still remember being with that man. So, but like I said, where we are right now is we don't hate each other. We both still love each other, but we know we're not going to be together anymore. We know it's not going to work. Now, we both said that, we're going to still, co-parent together, and to do the best that we can for these kids, because these kids is all that matters. So with that being said, that is how we feel right now. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about the present situation of what's happening right now. So, why did I leave Arizona? Well, not only did I want to come back to Washington, but there was another reason why I came back to Washington. I had to deal with my divorce. Now, let me go back, guys. During the 3 years that we were separated, we are, even till this day, we are still legally married. We were separated. We weren't divorced. We were separated. So now, for the past few months, we've been in and out of court. Right now, what we're doing is going to court for the divorce, a parenting plan, and child support. Those are the three things that we're going to court right now. And we've been in and out of court just because of paperwork or something got filed wrong. So then we had to reschedule the court date. And then now we're at the point where we have to go through mediation. We have to sit down with somebody and we both have to be in agreement with this parenting plan, because if we don't, we're going to go to trial. And we both already agreed that we don't want to go to trial. Now, I am going for full custody. I've already told him that I am. Now, he wants joint custody. I will not give him joint custody, because I think it's only fair that I should have full custody just because I've been taking care of him all this time. But so that's what the mediation is for. Is we're going to sit down. What is the difference between joint custody and full custody? Because we really don't know. Now, he is not opposed to giving me full custody. He just doesn't want to give me full custody if it's going to take like all his rights away. Which, like I said, I'm not too familiar with that, so I won't really discuss it now. When my divorce court goes through and everything gets done, I will definitely do an update video for you guys and let you know what the outcome is. So that is the reason why I came back to Washington, not just because I wanted to come back, because I had to come back and deal with my divorce and do all this process. Am I going back to Arizona? Yes, I am. I'm going back to Arizona once this divorce and everything goes through. Which it should be done here in about, I'd give it maybe a few more months. I'm hoping it'll be done by July, because in July I want to go back to Arizona. So I want to go back to Arizona new. I want to go back to Arizona starting all over again. But yeah, I don't want to get out of that topic. So right now, so that's what we're doing right now. And also what we also have to do besides the mediation is we also have to do a parenting class. Now, this parenting class is going to be located in Longview, Washington, which is only 35 minutes from me right now. And it's going to be a 4-hour class. So we actually have that scheduled for the 25th of January of this month that we're going to go to. After that, we're both going to make a phone call to this mediation place to sit down and make an appointment so we can get this mediation done, so we can set up another court date and get it over and done with. You guys, I am ready to get this process over and done with. We've been at this for months, you know, and I know divorce is never easy, but I'm to the point where I just want to get it over and done with. You know, I want to start my life again. You know, I do want to date again. I want a relationship, you know. But yeah, I think that is mostly everything that I wanted to talk about, guys. I know a lot of you who are new to my channel didn't know what was happening with me, of why you guys saw me in Arizona and where's my husband, you know? So I just wanted to kind of come and do this video for you guys and share a little bit of my personal information of what happened between me and my husband. If you guys like to see more videos of this, I will be more than gladly to do more videos of this. I know a lot of my channel is mostly focused on hiking. I'm definitely gonna get more into a fitness routine. That's another video that I'm gonna be uploading here pretty soon. It's another kind of workout series that I'm kind of doing, getting ready for summer. I want to go start this new year as a brand new me, just kind of bring in 2020 with a bang, you know? So I want to live my life. I want to be happy. I want to be happy with myself, you know? And, you know, I don't know what's going to happen and what man I'm going to be with. I do not know. But all I know is I want to be a man that's going to love me for me, and that we're going to have such a deep love that nothing is going to separate us. That I want one more relationship where I'm going to be with that man forever, you know? Will I ever get married? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't ever see myself getting married. Honestly, I don't. I just, a lot of it is I'm too afraid. I'm afraid that something like this is going to happen again. I'm afraid of even being hurt more. So I am really not looking into marriage. Or maybe I should just try dating, guys. You guys knew about David, that I saw David like maybe a year after I was there, not even a year. Which, guys, I can honestly say, you know, with that situation, I should have never jumped into it. It wasn't fair to David, just because I was still so emotionally attached to my husband at that time that I didn't give David my full attention, just because I had all this emotional stuff going on with my husband and what we were going through, our separation, that it wasn't fair to David, and I should have never brought a man into that. I should have never brought a man into this kind of situation, and that was my mistake. So, but at the state where I am now, I am done. It's been 3 years. I'm ready to move on. I want another relationship, like I said. Whether if I have to date for a while now, and I don't know, just enjoy being single, I do not know. But only time will tell, guys. But like I said, I wanted to kind of come and do this video for you guys. I wanted to share some of my personal business. If you guys like this video, and if you guys want to see more vlogs about my personal life, like this video, and I will start doing more, because I have so many stories I could tell. Like I said, I don't normally post my personal life on YouTube, but maybe I need to start opening up more and telling you guys more about me and my life, and share, you know, who I'm gonna be dating, what's my date, you know, what is my date like, who am I seeing, you know, just there's so many different stories I could do, guys. So definitely like this video if you guys like it, and thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all you guys' support. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video, share it, and we will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.